Hello viewers, and welcome to this special edition being filmed from the K-Niche Studios. We're doing this from my house today, so welcome to my house. If you do get hungry or thirsty, the fridge is right behind me, just that way. The toilet's just behind that, so if you need to go, then just please help yourself. As you can see, I'm sporting my best Santa Claus impression. Been growing my beard this holidays, so hopefully this all works out for you, and good luck for the following lecture. Now, today's lecture, as you can see, we'll be looking at the syllabus dot point of segmentation, differentiation, and positioning. That's found within the syllabus in the last subsection of the marketing area. Now, what you need to start with is the word segmentation. Segmentation involves finding groups of customers who share similar needs. Now, it goes hand in hand a lot of the time with target marketing, and it's just about finding those groups of customers who you can target your strategies, your marketing strategies to, in order to try and sell your product or service. As you can see, there's a few points about what you need for a group to be a viable market segment. If it's not a viable market segment, it's probably not worth running a business within that segmentation. All right, there's obviously some quite niche markets, but for the most part, they need to be identifiable and measurable, relevant to the purchase or use of the product, potential size, so sufficiently big enough, and they need to be accessible to the product and the marketing message. So we'll see what that means soon. As you can see down here, actually, the Holden's Barina Spark. Okay, you'll see from this photo that there's actually two women here. The color is quite bright. It's a small car. It doesn't have very many harsh features, so it's not really manly, if you might call it that. Sorry if anyone here whose dad owns a Barina Spark, but it's curvaceous, it's appealing to women, and that's the segment that they're trying to go for. Now, Holden's best known for selling, the Commodore, but this one here, it started, the way that they actually marketed this, okay, in order to get the marketing message across, and then it was relevant to the use or purchase of the product by the consumers, was they did a huge digital marketing campaign. They did this because they really wanted to access the demographic that they were targeting to buy it. So in the operations stage, they made this with the idea that this would appeal to a certain consumer, and the marketing had to follow through on that, and the strategies had to be tailored in order to try and capture that consumer. Now, they're going for younger people, women, and first car buyers. So the price point is obviously going to be cheaper if it's first car buyers. Now, the Spark is marketed as being fuel efficient also, so that's along the pay point kind of differentiation, and it appeals to, I guess, younger females, if you want to, for the most part, and they're priced from $12,000 to $13,000, which is actually really cheap for a brand new car. An equivalent, say, Toyota Corolla or a Mazda 3 would be roughly $23,000, $24,000, so it's a good $10,000 cheaper. They have a traditional campaign on this one, but a lot of the marketing was tailored towards social media, and they did this through Twitter, through Facebook, it's a modern day word of mouth campaign. They weren't really going for the people who were going to be reading car magazines, who were reading the car section in the newspapers, who weren't paying a notice of a lot of the ads. So they really did this through a modern form of marketing, and for the most part, it actually succeeded. Now, we're going to talk now about segmenting consumer markets. There's four main dimensions and ways that that markets are broken into segments, and the first one we're going to discuss is demographic. And as you can see, that usually encompasses age, gender, education, family size, etc. The The example that I chose for this one is the Coca-Cola company. Now, I chose this because they have a lot of different segmentation variables. Now, they own, I'm not sure if you're aware, but the Coca-Cola company is actually the distributor and maker of many other beverages that you might not be aware of, including Powerade. You got Mount Franklin water and pump water. You have Deep Springs natural mineral water and Nestea iced tea. Now, they're all made because you need to be able to satisfy different segments of your market, okay, of the mass market for a particular product. Now, Coca-Cola, for example, they target 15 to 35-year-old males with the energy drink mother. The more health-conscious adult is served with Diet Coke or Coke Zero. Also, along those lines, if people are feeling a bit more healthy as well, is that mineral is the mineral water or the iced tea. Fanta is aimed at its primary target market is 13 to 16-year-old teenagers. Mount Franklin is aimed at younger females and families, and also young professionals. Whereas Powerade and Pump are actually targeted towards their 18 to 24-year-old males who are engaged in athletics or the active consumer. And that's just one company that has this broad range in order to satisfy a whole range of segments. Now, the next dimension we're going to look at is geographic. Okay, and that can be urban, suburban, rural, international, national. There's many ways and reasons why companies might do this. Now, an example that I did put here was McDonald's. Now, as you can see from the photo, this is actually a photo taken of the menu from India. Now, they've obviously had to geographically change up their products because of who their consumers are. Okay, there's different tastes, there's different ideas, there's different price points, so they have to adapt to that. As you can see here, McVeggie. Okay, they have the McVeggie because due to religion within India, there's a lot of vegetarians. There's the McAloo Tikki. Okay, and that's aimed at that's kind of a curry flavor, obviously representing their largely, the big influence of curry within their diet. You've got the paneer salsa wrap, the crispy Chinese. Not sure what's going on there. The McCurry, and also the Pizza McPuff. Okay, so if you know anything about Indian, you know the chicken samosa and varying other foods are more deep fried, crispier pastries. So, you know, this is one example of McDonald's that actually changed their marketing due to geographic dimension. Now, you're going to love the example that I put on here. Threw this in for all those boys who might be representing from, Mount Druitt area or somewhere similar. Now, the next dimension is psychographic and lifestyle, okay, which is revolved around personality, there's socio-economic group, consumer opinions, and interests. All right, the one I chose to go with was actually the socio-economic group, or the opinions of lads. All right, lads are associating, and you'll see from this photo that they all wear similar things because it's what their cultural group is. They're conforming to their cultural group, and they will buy according to those. Okay, so as you might know, with lads, they might wear Nike hats maybe that hardly fit their head. Usually sitting on top, but then there's some really key brands that they have, including Nike TNs, the shoes. You've got your Lacoste or Nautica apparel, okay, and that's just one way that they have to segment and they have to target due to this dimension. The next one is behavioral. Okay, there's loyalty, price sensitivity, use rate, purchase occasion, and benefits. Now, the two I'm going to talk about here are loyalty and price sensitivity. Now, Qantas offer a really extensive frequent flyer system of points where the more you buy, the more you spend with associated partners of Qantas, you will earn points that can be used towards flying with them. And for example, my dad, who travels a lot due to his work, he's a platinum member of Qantas, and he gets a lot of benefits with this. He gets bumped up to first class a lot. He gets to go to the gold lounge within the airports and things, and it's just a way of keeping people loyal in order to repeat purchase. The other behavioural one is price sensitivity, and you'll see here a bunch of home brand products now. They're sold exclusively at Woolworths, and Woolworths provides these options so that they're still getting these people within the store and they can try and sell to them. Yet you will also get somebody of an extremely high, I guess, purchasing power, and they can come in and just above the same home brand, they might be able to buy a premium. Okay, so that's just one way that, two ways or a few ways that companies try and segment along these dimensions. Now, I've talked about how marketers might develop their marketing plan or marketing strategies around segmentation. The next point we're going to look at is product and service differentiation. Now, this is a way that businesses can try and get you in the door to purchase their product and create also a competitive advantage. The four main points of differentiation are customer service, environmental concerns, convenience, and social and ethical issues. Now, you think when you walk into a supermarket, you go to buy a bottle of drink, you're faced with a wide selection. Okay, you've got a wide choice. Now you can choose soft drink, energy drink, low sugar, healthy, so on. There's tons of options there. Now, providing these options and in line with what we looked at with the Coca-Cola company is a deliberate marketing strategy and is an example of differentiation. Now, this occurs when products are the same or similar or are made to appear different from and or better than those of their competitors, even though they might be exactly the same, okay? And this is something that we looked at with Coca-Cola and Pepsi as well. Now, customer service, you'll see here I've got two examples. The biggest thing for me is the after-sales service and, pre-sales and after-sales, I guess, but it's the whole sales experience that you get. Now, prices will differ in accordance with how expensive a product is, and as you can see here, I've put in the McDonald's. They're renowned for their services based on speed and convenience. The Good Guys, they're providing expert advice and non-pressured as well, and that's one way that they try and get people in the door. There's a new one with the environment where people are becoming a lot more concerned, and we did a case study earlier on in the year about the Easy Crush bottles with Mount Franklin, and that's just one way that they try and differentiate based on the current consumers and what their ideals are. And at the moment, environment is a very hot topic when it comes to consumers and their purchasing. The next is convenience. For me, this is one of the bigger ones, especially in this city life that most of Australia is now living. In response, marketers and companies have tried to adapt to this. So the two examples that I have here are drive-through ATMs, so where people don't even have to get out and go and find the ATM. They can just literally drive through, get their money out, and then be gone. And another one is the lean cuisine, where that's for dietary, where people, single person might be able to just go into a store, pick this out of the freezer section, go home and cook it, a meal for one, $5 to $10, easy, healthy, and that's how they're designing their product. And then the next one is social and ethical issues. This isn't as big as the others, but it sometimes it can be a point of difference. Now, the example I have here is the fair trade, and the other one might be an example is actually Dick Smith, who really spruiks his Australian ideals, made in Australia, employing Australian people, profits kept within Australia. Okay, and people are prepared to pay more for these kinds of. And the next that marketers actually look at is positioning. Now, and positioning is where consumers hold their views on a company and a product and will buy in accordance with it. Now, there's varying positioning strategies, and I've got some examples down here. Positioning by benefits, so Volvo is known for their really safe cars, and that's the way that they try to position themselves as safe. Price or quality, so for example, you've got Ferrari, you've got Rolex watches as high end, and low end you've got something like home brand. You've got direct comparisons, so Bose versus Sennheiser, Coke versus Pepsi, a lot of them are very similar. And usage, so an example is Threadvo versus Perisher. Now, I'm about to run out of time. I hope you enjoyed the lecture, and my house, and my beard. Peace out.